and welcome on in. Today I am attempting a build challenge. I am not the best builder in The Sims 4, so today I'm challenging myself with a small build challenge. I am using James Turner's tiny house build generator, and I'm hoping it's not going to be too hard. Okay, looks like we got no more than 94 tiles. We've got to style it like Oasis Springs, so I think we will build there. It has to be for one adult and two children, and this budget is what's going to screw with us. 23,960 simoleons. That's not a lot. Okay, and we have got to use this little table, and this broken chair. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to figure out where to place those in here. Let's head over to Oasis Springs. And I'm not sure where I want to build, but I think it's going to be a little lot, maybe this one here. Yep, let's bulldoze this lot and get rid of this terrain. Okay, let's get building. And for those of you that don't know, I'm not a builder in The Sims. I spend hours on a build, and by the time I'm done, half the house is extremely decorated and the other half is pretty much empty. I have a hard time visualizing what the build is going to look like. I'm one of those people that can't see images when I close my eyes. Like, for example, if I think of an apple, I think of words and descriptions for it, like small, round, red, stuff like that. I don't actually see an apple in my head. So building's really hard for me, especially without any reference or photos or anything, which is why for this build I used a lot of the neighborhood buildings kind of as reference. I knew I wanted to put this chimney thing in the front here because a lot of the houses in Oasis Springs has that, and they also do these weird roof shapes, so I wanted to include that as well. I also wanted to add a small little back patio thing, and I thought this for rent fence matched the vibes of Oasis Springs. And I wanted to use it as a little front gate here too, especially since I didn't have any tiles left to do like a slab of concrete at the front door area. I really wanted to have this house up a few notches, but I don't like the way that freestanding stairs look without an actual deck or patio. So figuring out this floor plan, my worst enemy. I had to have at least two bedrooms. The kids can share one and then one for the adults' room. And I stuck the kitchen in this tiny little nook over here. And I squeezed the bathroom by the back door, which I am loving this door from Lovestruck. It is the perfect little back door. And I placed down that table that's required so I don't forget about it. It's a small little square glass table, so I wasn't too worried about it fitting in with the undecided decor style. And then I placed these orange counters. When I think of Oasis Springs, I kind of think of orange, so that's probably why I subconsciously ended up picking these ones. And I foolishly put down some expensive appliances. Don't worry, I'll fix that later. I decided to put the kids' room here, and since there's two kids and it's a small space, I went in with some bunk beds. And I can't see, so let's add some lights. Okay, I made sure to place some of the essential things down, like this cute little desk that always makes me think of a little kid's space, and a dresser under the other bunk so it doesn't take up any more room. And then I added things like a toy box and a little mirror with these cute little lights and photos. And I definitely jumped around a lot. I wanted to make sure that I got all of the essential items in before I went too far with the decorating. When I furnish Sims builds, I get way too into cluttering things up, and I spend too much time and simoleons on all the little details. In the mom's room here, I put down this cute bed, and I wanted to put in a desk with a computer. I ended up not being able to put in a computer, but I thought this desk kind of matched the pinky peach color from the bedspread. Then I added some of the important stuff over in the living space. I added these cute little adorable chairs to this table kind of as a placeholder, and I don't think I ever changed them. I had a hard time picking a console table and a couch. I still hadn't really decided on what I wanted the space to look like. I put down a bunch of different styles of tables, and for the couch, I was looking for something maybe small, since it's a smaller space, but I definitely wanted something that looked comfy. When I do builds for families, especially with young kids, I always feel like I want to put in a really comfortable couch that feels kind of homey. And I ultimately decided on this orangey looking couch with the throw blankets and the pillows. And this is one of my favorite rugs. It's been in every single one of my builds ever since high school years came out. Now I'm finally adding in floors, nice plain wood floors for the living space, some love struck tiles in the kitchen and entryway, and I added rugs to the bedroom. This fluffy rug from the Pastel Pop Kit is one of my favorites. And now I'm adding in some of the wallpapers. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use out here. I did go for this orangey tile in the kitchen, and I added a wall where the tile ends because I hate the way it looks when you go from one wallpaper to another without anything dividing it. But this works out and it kind of separates the actual living room nicely, I think. I forgot about the bathroom. I quickly added in some of the essentials: shower tub combo, cheap toilet, cheap sink. I definitely forgot to add some toilet paper. Out back, I put down some nice stone and realized I forgot to paint the walls in the master bedroom. And I ended up going with this green, which felt like it kind of went really well with the bedspread. Then I painted the outside. I used the For Rent plaster type paint in a cream color and added stone around the chimney. I just feel like this really matches the area really well. Finally added some roof to the back of the house, and then I added in the roof trim and the roof paint. I went with this like metally looking roof. I thought it fit enough with the neighborhood, but was still a little bit different. And then I fixed up this chimney here. And then I went out to the front and added a light. I waited until the end to add any windows, basically so I knew where to place them, where they would make sense on the inside rather than how they look pretty on the outside. I know most people build, starting with the outside and then working their way in, but usually when I build the inside and then I figure out how to make the outside work. It took me a bit to find a window for this bathroom here. I ended up using a Love Struck open window, which I am really loving these windows. Okay, adding in some details now, realizing I'm extremely low on simoleons, so I switch out the appliances and I get rid of the dishwasher, and I added in a fire alarm and a thermostat, both of which are super important. I wanted to add so much decor and clutter to this home, but I was pretty sure I was going to run out of funds, so I ended up not adding anything really. I added in things that I thought were absolutely needed, like an art piece above that table and a patio set out the back so it's not just an empty patio. My solution for that broken chair that we needed to include was to use it as a plant holder. So I added in a planter box on the floor and then a planter box on top of the chair, and I think it's going to be like mom's little herb garden. Then I finally added in some curtains. With these big windows, you definitely need something to be able to cover them up, especially in this warm climate. Adding in terrain paint. I never know what to do with terrain paint. I went for some gravel, which felt appropriate for this world, and then I added in some minimal landscaping, like palm trees and succulents and things that I could see around the neighborhood. Now, with just 7 simoleons left, I think we're done. Okay, for a quick tour, we have a small, very bare kitchen, a tiny little dining room area, and a minimalistic living room. I wasn't really able to do any real decorating with this budget, which kind of sucks. In here, we have a very basic bathroom, and then the mom's room, which has the potential to be really pretty. A really nice view of the dinosaur. And in the kids' room, which is very cute, definitely needs more stuff. They need toys and posters and floor clutter, just more. Then out the back, it's super simple, just a grill and a table, garden area. So I think this went pretty well. The budget didn't help, but as someone who struggles with building, I think it turned out pretty nice. And we can check off all of these little tasks. I actually had a lot of fun with this, and I would love to try it again. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!